following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your beer.
Keep following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. 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 Follow the leader.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Relationship success in one thing, I will call it balance. That's all that matters in a relationship. If balance doesn't exist within your relationship, things can go sideways really fast. And if this is something that you're seeking to learn how to balance your relationship, then you're in the right place. Relationships are not that complicated. The problem is that we make relationships complicated by setting expectations for ourselves. And sometimes not even ourselves, by setting expectations for our partners. And the moment that we set those expectations, things can go sideways. Because if those expectations are not met, then all of a sudden we face disappointment. And disappointment is something that is not fun. Doesn't matter what state in your relationship you are. If you guys been together for a day, for a month, for a year, or for decades, the very moment that disappointment happens from an unbalanced relationship, things can become chaotic overnight. So how do we create that balance? How do we understand the things that we value and we give priority to the things that we want to explore within our relationship? Balance is about giving yourself the autonomy to be who you are and understanding that as much right you have to have your autonomy, your partner has the same right to have their own autonomy. The thing is that with autonomy comes time, comes understanding, comes loyalty, comes management, and comes priorities. The thing is that sometimes within a relationship, we expect our partners to know what is it that we're going through. And the moment that we have this expectation, we build up upon it. And once we build up upon it, unhealthy expectations starts forming themselves up. Starting today, in order to better understand you, first and foremost, you have to ask yourself, who are you? Understanding I is a very simple but yet a very tricky task, because on the surface I might know who I am, I might know my name, I might know my job, I might know my responsibilities, the things that I do and the things that I am. The I that represents you is much deeper than that and relies solely in your subconscious. And the best way to manifest who you are truly within your subconscious is to give yourself the time and the attention that you need. The very moment that you understand your true self, your true essence, you become to better connect with yourself. In return, that connection brings up a form of understanding, which in reality in turns allows you to understand that as much as you are who you are, your partner is who they are. The key to that is simply by reflection. Reflecting on your true self, reflecting on your needs and your wants and your desire allows you to better understand it.
I learned a new word today, priority. That's what the man said in the clip. You have to prioritize. Hey, the voice of reason has returned. After a nice little weekend, we've got a deep topic. And I really love it when the listeners send topics. And this is one we expect to hear from her. This is her topic. Is your obsession with balance ruining your relationship? Now, some people would say, what in the Sam hell are you talking about, man? Yes, balance, the pursuit of it, the maintenance of it could drive you nuts. Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. Is your obsession with balance affecting your relation in an adverse way? I want to jump into this conversation. Remember, this is a non-judgmental space. Everybody's perspective is valued here. Some people be like, how come you didn't push back on him? How come you didn't stop him from saying what he said? Because this is a judgment-free opinion zone. And I want you guys to be able to share your thoughts. Is your obsession with balance? Everything must be balanced. Everything must be equitable. What's your concept of relationship balance? 1-800-920-1580. My guy was talking about a whole bunch of different things in the first clip. He was talking about knowing yourself, and in knowing yourself, you just as much as you want to be respected as your true self, you make space for your partner, right? I got that. I get it. But I want to go even deeper, right? Finding harmony, exploring the meaning of balance in relationships, seeking equilibrium, uncovering the reasons behind your quest for balance. Perfect balance, myth or reality in relationship, balancing perspectives, navigating different understandings of relationship balance. Very interesting. Breaking free from the word I coined. I don't know if I can give myself credit. Well, the word I came up with in my 2015 book, The Relationship Dismount, available on Amazon.com in multiple platform or formats, whether it be Audible, Kindle, paperback, you can get it right now. The word is breaking free from FIGO, which is fear and ego, understanding the roots of your obsession with balance. Inner harmony. Outer connection, how self-harmony impacts your relationship. If you're not in balance with yourself, the relationship will be in balance. Very interesting stuff. Is maintaining balance in an intimate relationship easier said than done? I'm going to go there. That's where I stand. Balance is rare too. People be talking about these grandiose concepts as if they are easy to have in a relationship. How many people you know in a relationship right now and it's fair and balanced in all aspects? I'll wait. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying there aren't couples out there that are pretty balanced. But what I'm saying is, how easy is it to maintain balance? Is balance on a precarious kind of point in your relationship where the slightest thing could knock it off kilter? I'm of the mindset that all relationships are spiritual pendulums. If you're a work in progress, right? The spiritual pendulum is saying there's a constant ebb and flow. Do you know how difficult it is to stay balanced while the world is ebbing and flowing around you? Balance might mean centered, right? Balance might mean anchored, rooted. Do you know how difficult that is to maintain when the world around you is chaotic? What does balance mean within the context of an intimate relationship, and should you be seeking it? Right? What are your reasons for seeking balance within your relationship? Many people are just trying to balance power. Huh? Let's be honest. I want to balance the power in the relationship. Well, what have you done, to cultivate your own power, your inner power? You think things make you powerful? You think accolades and accomplishments make you powerful? You think your car or your bank account makes you powerful? I'm asking. I don't know. Somebody has got to educate me tonight. I want to hear from you, especially Los Angeles. I'm tired of Los Angeles taking an L on these calls. You guys are the #2 city in the world. Do not allow the rest of the world to take over your spot on a show that is broadcasting from the heart of Leimert Park. You understand what it is, KBLA Talk 1580. What are your reasons for seeking balance in a relationship? I want to know. Is your obsession with balance rooted in Figo? If not, where do you believe it comes from? Are you willing to compromise your own needs and desires for the sake of achieving balance in your relationship? Is that balance? If you martyr yourself for balance in the relationship, can that be called balance at all? 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, you know what it is. The voice of reason is going to start cooking. Let's go.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win, sometimes we try to fit it all in, sometimes we don't know what what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, baby. I've been looking at you all night. The day becomes the night. Said I've been patient and I've been kind. Oh, but my body is running out of time. You said your clock on your walls is ticking, so let me give you what you've been missing. So she said,
Maintaining your balance in relationships starts with having strong personal values and the courage to stick to them. It means clearly expressing your boundaries and feelings even when it's tough. It also means taking care of yourself, being honest, and staying true to who you are. Doing this creates a solid foundation for healthy, meaningful connections. Learn to be gentle and loving with your emotions, and be confident and secure in yourself, even when the people around us are struggling. Then we are able to be an inspiring source of strength, hope, and courage for our loved ones in times of difficulty.
It was a word salad. Sounds like they just put some words together to not address balance. Did you hear that? Did y'all hear? It's about standing up for yourself. No, that's called standing up for yourself. It's about creating boundaries. Yes, that's called creating boundaries. That's balance? I feel like it was a word salad. I feel like the topic wasn't addressed. What I want to talk about with regards to balance in intimate relationships is that maintaining balance, first off, achieving and maintaining balance is difficult. It's hard to do. Some people say, oh, it should be equal give and take, right? There should be a balance between giving and taking. Well, if you know anything about living with somebody or being in a relationship with somebody, there's always an ebb and flow in what we're doing. Nothing is always concrete. Sometimes your partner is up, sometimes they're not up. Sometimes you're up, they're down. Sometimes you're down, they're up. So the balance is struck when people say, you know what? Because we love each other and we're committed to each other, when I'm down, you got me, right? Yeah, I got you. That's a balance. We struck a balance in the understanding of what is required of us when the pendulum of life swings back and forth. Sometimes balance will manifest itself in this capacity. You know what? I don't have the emotional capacity to deal with anything right now. Can you give me the space I need to recuperate? And then your partner comes back and says, yes, I can, but you know I need you. So for how long? Right? And then that partner goes, you know what? I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to do my damnedest to get back to feeling right so I can get back into this ebb and flow that we have, right? That's balance. And it's hard to maintain that. If you're dealing with somebody with an indefinite life sentence, I don't know when I'm going to be okay. It's not balanced. The relationship will be imbalanced. It'll be one-sided. In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, balance is the elusive thread that binds us, promising harmony and stability. But is it possible that our relentless pursuit of this equilibrium may inadvertently unravel the very connection we cherish? Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. During this show, we're going to delve into the profound realm of relationship balance, dissecting multifaceted dimensions and questioning whether our obsession with balance, fairness, equality, all of the stuff that we all say is essential to a relationship can sometimes do more harm than good. Do you know how many relationships crumble when bad times happen? That's because they have a misnomer, a misconception about balance, about fairness, right? Oh, as long as it's all good and I'm getting what I want, we're good. But when it falls apart, it's a struggle to maintain. Balance within the context of a relationship is akin to the delicate equilibrium of a tightrope walker. Didn't I say it was on the edge? It's about navigating the opposing forces of individuality and togetherness, of compromise and authenticity. Finding harmony means recognizing that a relationship is not a static entity, but a dynamic, ever-evolving dance between two unique souls. It's about adapting to the changing rhythms without losing one's own melody, right? Yeah, things are changing. We're different. The relationship is different. Why do we seek balance in relationship? At its core, this quest often arises from a primal desire for security and stability. Listen, I know you guys don't want to hear these ideas, but I'm going to say it anyway. Security and stability are rooted in fear, right? Because you're in a capitalist society, right? A materialistic society, correct? And that's predicated on the dollar, right? And the economy is always in flux. So if your sense of security and safety and stability is predicated on a volatile economy, where is it going to come from then? Where is it going to come? I'm just asking. I'm asking questions. You guys have all the answers. Please call me 1-800-920-1580. We yearn for a love that we can predict, control, and rely upon. But relationships by nature are unpredictable. And seeking rigid equilibrium can stifle the growth of a relationship. These reasons, or the reasons behind our quest for balance, lie in our fear of vulnerability and the unknown. You guys have heard me say this before. Trust, stability, security, all of these things are rooted in fear, especially in a capitalistic society. I've been saying it for a long time. The notion of perfect balance, a 50-50 split of effort and give and take, is tantalizing as an idea. Yet, it remains a myth. In the real world, relationships are not mathematical equations. They are living, breathing entities subject to the ebb and flow of life's currents. Instead of obsessing over numerical balance, we should focus on the equilibrium of emotional connection and mutual respect. I'm not going to go any deeper. I'm simply painting a picture here tonight. We want it to be fair, but are we fair to ourselves when we shut down the wounds that are crying for our attention? The wounds in our own spirit? How can you have a balanced relationship when you're split internally, fractured internally? 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason, live from KBLA Talk 1580. Let's get it. Who's our first caller? Sean from Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, brother. Wow. Balance is the key, but it's a cliche, right? Like, what is balance? What does that mean, right? What that means, in my opinion, and I would love to hear what you think about it, is what balance means when it comes to teammates. Like, if you're on a team, and if you're on a team, meaning a relationship between two people, it means you're both working for each other. Mm-hmm. That's what balance means to me, because you're never going to achieve, like you just said, like, what's a perfect balance? There's never going to be a perfect balance. A perfect balance? Perfect to who? It's either perfect to you or perfect to the person you're working with. But I want to hear what you have to say about that, because I never get to talk to you very much.
Well, let's talk. Let's talk, Sean. We have time.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So I agree with you, Sean. There is no perfect anything in relationships. This is one of my great consternations. I'm frustrated by it because people get frustrated with each other thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. I believe that there's an imbalance that is rooted in our expectations. Oftentimes, if we don't get what we want, we think the relationship is failed, right? That's a failed relationship. Yeah. And I believe that's an imbalanced perspective, right? At the end of the day, like you said, if we're on the same team, we are invested in each other's mutual well-being. Like, we're passing that back and forth. We're on the same team, right? But I think the difficult part is when one partner feels like they're not getting enough and another partner feels like they're giving all they can. That's when we that's when we get into a tug of war, so to speak. Your thoughts on that last thought?
No, thank you for telling me that, because I agree 1 billion. I've been married so long, I understand this. So once again, the reaction as the person who's being told, right?
Wait, Sean. Wait, Sean.
Okay.
Hold that thought. When we come forward, Sean is going to continue breaking it down because he's cooking right now. You can join the conversation too.
Ooh, your place of residence.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The White House is warning of the consequences of a government shutdown at the end of the month. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack said a shutdown would cut nutritional assistance for nearly 7 million mothers and children covered by the WIC program. Congress needs to pass legislation to fund the government before October 1st. Meanwhile, New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez says he expects to be exonerated of federal bribery and corruption charges. The Democrat responded to the indictment saying many have rushed to judgment based on a limited set of facts. Authorities said a search of the Menendez home turned up gold bars and nearly $500,000 in hidden cash. He's resisted calls to resign from Congress. And the Writers Guild of America and Hollywood's top studios have reached a tentative agreement to resolve the ongoing writers' strike. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability that is directly impacting your ability to work, resources are available to help you find employment. VA's Veteran Readiness and Employment, or VR&E, can assist you with finding a job that uses your existing skills. Or, if you're interested in exploring a new field, a VR&E counselor can help you determine the right education or training options for a new career. Find out if VR&E is right for you by visiting va.gov/VRE today.
Mom's early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
And when I left the Evanon, we decided together that it was time to see a doctor and make a plan.
Early detection gave us more time to seek out information and support as a family.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This season, your coffee orders are getting warmer, and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action is the youth component of the impactful CBO, known as the Community Coalition. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action has chapters at almost every South LA high school. Say Yeah, as they are popularly known, is located at 80th and Vermont, but serves young people all over South LA. Under the COCO umbrella, they train youth organizers, help underserved scholars prepare for college, and work with students to help them gain admission to top universities. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action fosters teen activism, where young people have led campaigns moving tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCEL scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit cocsouthla.org. cocsouthla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Looking at, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy. Plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. Oh, so I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. Voice is the show. Yeah. Voice is the show. So just lay back your mind someday. Everybody tuning in to soul. Cause he is the voice of reason, yeah.
That's the coldest intro in radio, man. We on fire tonight, the voice of reason, KBLA Talk 1580. We've come full circle. I want to get Sean's final thoughts because he was cooking before we came forward. Talk to us, brother.
So thank you for telling me, what happens in balance, right? And there's no secret. There's no perfect way to do anything in regards to a couple or friendships or anything else. But I'll tell you what, the balance happens when someone else understands that you are a part of their team. I mean, the communication, right? I mean, I'm old, so yeah, I'll still leave you a voicemail even though they say don't do that. I'll text you. I'll do things like that. I will, communicate with you. But what that just tells me is, yeah, I know no matter what happens, you have my back. You got to do that because in a relationship, even if you're married, things are not looking good and all that, just make sure that you communicate in some way or fashion that you are there with them 150% no matter what, because we all go through issues. Nobody in this world, in a relationship, is immune to having some issue that is a crisis. Now, it may not be as severe as someone else's or perceived that way, but it's still, perception is reality in a lot of cases. So just make sure to take care with someone you love and make sure you're there for them.
So let me ask you
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Your basic concept around balance in relationships sounds like support. Being supportive, having your partner's back. I got you. Listen, Sean, you brought Oakland in the building, and we appreciate everybody who comes in.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, brother. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. This is a national discussion, and we appreciate these types of thoughts, man, because it broadens the conversation, man. That was Sean. I love it when he calls in. We've got the creator of the topic on the line, Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
What up, Uncle Zoe? How are you?
Yes, what made you create this topic? And by the way, I'm fine.
Awesome. So I was on Instagram and I saw this clip. And this guy was essentially speaking as to why he does not subscribe to the idea of balance within relationships and even his own personal life, and that he's more so aligning with the idea of harmony. And I thought that was interesting because I've been trying to seek balance in my own life, and it's not working. So I was like, okay, so what does that mean in regards to when you're involving another individual? How does that look in a relationship? Because I think even trying to cultivate harmony, so to speak, within yourself is hard enough. So that was kind of what.
So let's ask the question then. What's the difference between balance and harmony as it pertains to intimate relationships?
So I consider balance to be more so, it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, not necessarily a 50-50, it could be 70-30, whatever the case. Like, Tyler Perry was talking about dating someone or marrying someone rather who makes less than you, the previous topic. So it kind of made me think of that too, because splitting duties and understanding your roles, I think, in a relationship and those types of dynamics, like who's going to take out the trash, who's going to do whatever, kind of dividing up those duties. Mm-hmm. So that's when I think of balance. It's kind of like that, is making sure that there's like some sort of distribution that is equal to, I guess, one another, so to speak.
No, I
but
get it.
harmony to me is more so like you've got multiple facets all working together at the same time. And there's no concern as to whether or not it's 50-50.
So this is what I'm saying, a capitalist society. You can have the money, you could have the resources, but there could be disharmony in the relationship. There could be, we got the money to be able to take care of everything we need, right? But if there's internal disharmony, everything being 50-50 and equal and all of that stuff won't really matter, right? Oh, you wash the car, I clean the clothes. Okay, all of that's in place. That equity is in place. You pick up the kids today. Okay, we got the schedules. Everything is equitable, fair. I did it last week. You do it this week. I get it. But if you're struggling with something internally, that can create disharmony and disrupt the balance, right? Your thoughts?
Correct. No, I think you're exactly right. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, again, if you're thinking about your own personal harmony, let's say you've got a great job, but you don't have emotional stability. Or you've got the emotional stability, but maybe your finances are just like not where they need to be, right? So again, like I said, when I'm thinking about restoring or trying to create a sort of harmony within myself, what I'm realizing is that things are never going to all be just even kill. Like, it's just not going to be like, and I have to learn to accept that, right? Everything's not going to all be up at the same time, right? Maybe sometimes I'm going to have a lot of clients, but, maybe I'm struggling somewhere in the emotional aspect, and that's something that I need to balance. So I think when you're bringing in another party, it's like what Sean was saying, that person is essentially, you're helping each other. You're helpmeets to one another.
Not if you don't want to help.
Well, that's true. I'm saying, I guess if you're in a situation where, let's say you do have a partner that is willing to do that, then I think that brings some harmony to your relationship, because you're not alone in the game.
This is good.
But if they don't want to help, I mean, like, what? Why are we together? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Isn't that the average relationship? People don't want to help. They want to receive.
Well, you don't want a relationship then.
I'm just saying, Attila, can we just be honest? When we dealing with the average person, man, people are there for what they can get. I don't think they're there to harmonize with you or balance the situation with you or balance themselves for that matter. I think they're there standing in line waiting for somebody to put a scoop of mashed potatoes on their plate. That's what they're there for. Can we be honest?
I agree. No, I completely agree. But that's why that I think real love is so, when it's genuine, you hold on to it. You have to, because of that situation, because of the society and the world that we live in, that essentially drives you to be a consumer. We're relationship
consumers. Aren't we? I got to push back a little bit, because people are really not in it for any of that. And you're making 100% sense, and I agree with you. But when you step back and look at how people actually interface in relationships, it really doesn't work that way. Attila, don't leave. Stay with me. Houston, Texas. When we come forward, more from the creator of this most powerful topic.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you.
because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
After a big dinner, my nighttime heartburn would keep me up. I'd be taking antacid after antacid all night long. But then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Without heartburn keeping me up, I could have a restful night's sleep.
Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Protho-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid, and we don't back down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Searching for a love that can save me from losing my way. Yeah. Give me good feels, make me believe, increase my faith. Lay on me, baby, please take your time, I got you. And I'ma touch all your curves until your body say the words. Don't you move. All I wanna do, girl, is heal you. Give you better than you've been through. All I need from you is your heal. Reassure me that you'll be right here. We can medicate each other, no illness. Supposed to be strong, even when it's
Ladies and
something
gentlemen.
that's hard to handle.
Hey, man, that's Louis Sky, man. That record. My playlist. Woo! My playlist is my co-host, Louis Sky. Somebody special told me about the record. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Andy. Andy, you're somebody special, huh? Yeah, somebody special shared the record with me. Great record. Louis Sky is called Heal, man. It's great. Heal. Great record. Let's get Attila back in here. I wanted to wrap up her thought on this. Go ahead, Attila from Texas, the creator of tonight's topic. Go deeper.
Yes, sir. First of all, that song is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to that somebody special. You got great taste. Okay.
Get ready.
Look, nonetheless, so trying to drive yourself crazy, basically trying to get this so-called balance, is nothing more than you seeking perfectionism. Go within and find harmony.
So you're saying harmony over balance. You're saying maybe
Mm-hmm.
harmony is the conduit to balance.
I believe so.
Once you harmonize the different aspects of yourself, the end result could be harmony for your interpersonal relationships. Wow,
I believe so.
That's heavy.
It's like an orchestra. It's like music, right? Like it's like jazz. All the elements come together to make something greater. They're great on their own, but they're even better all together.
I like it. We're cooking, Atala. Hey, Atala, you're one step closer to achieving your goal. I appreciate you for bringing this topic to us. You brought Houston, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, I want to bring mine. Where is Los Angeles? The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Listen, balancing perspectives, big thing in relationships, right? Two individuals in a relationship can indeed have different interpretations of balance. This divergence is not necessarily detrimental. In fact, it can enrich the relationship by fostering growth and understanding. The key lies in communication, empathy, and willingness to embrace these diverse perspectives as opportunities for learning and growth. Listen, I ain't got to agree with everything my woman say. But what I don't have to do is argue with her about it. What I don't have to do is go on this, let me convince you of the way I think about it. But see, you have to have internal harmony to even get to that point, right? To even get to the point of saying, hey, your perspective is cool. I never looked at it that way. How many times have you been in a relationship with somebody and everything you said, they tried to correct or try to get you to see it from their perspective as if their perspective was somehow better than yours? And it's all anecdotal, by the way, right? It's just not how it works if you want to be happy. I want a balanced relationship. But I know if there is something within me that is imbalanced, it's going to leak into the relationship. Why? According to my book, The Holographic Relationship, released in 2019, the whole concept of holography talks about the whole writing, right? So if there is something ajar in my spirit, if there is something disconnected in my spirit, it will manifest in the relationship in some way, shape, or form. This is why you hear people say, we mirror each other. Oh, you be like, how did this person mirror my wound? Well, they're attracted to your wound. As, of course, Dr. Jashana Johnson speaks on all the time, our central nervous systems are relating, right? Shadow bonding, as Patrick Carnes talks about. We are connected on a wider, more expansive scope than just physicality and your occupation. Many people don't want to accept that. An imbalanced person contributes to an imbalanced relationship. Bowman from Grand Prairie, Texas. Texas once again on the board. Get in here.
What's up, Zoe? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I can't complain, Zoe. I have to say this. I'm not in a relationship, so I'll have to approach the topic from how I deal with the world and how I observe it.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
So
here we go. It's been a while. Okay, here we go. Bowman, let's go.
You know how I always am about the microbial world, how we work as human beings. So internally, we have this thing called homeostasis.
Yes.
Our body wants to bring itself back to the balance. Mm-hmm. So people who obsess over this so-called balance in our external world that we live in, these people are the easiest programmable people because they allow people to dictate to them how they should live their life, and they internally keep that in their consciousness, and they try to live that life that was put out for them, as opposed to having their own ideals of what they should be for themselves. And sometimes when you obsess over it that much, you try to force others who you're in a relationship with to fall in line with that script that they believe that they were taught. And so that's why there can never be a balance, because you can't force somebody to believe in your ideals that you were taught, instead of actually letting things flow.
But why? But wait, why would you even want to force your partner to believe what you believe? Why? See, now we're getting into coercion, influence, convincing. We don't have to do all of that, right? If you listen to what I'm about to say to you, if you are the true you. So you hear people say, I'm the truth, right? If you are the true you, why would you have to convince your partner?
Because this person believes this is their 50-50 for the relationship.
But what if that's their truth?
It's not necessarily true for the other partner.
But that's what I'm saying. That's okay. Do you see? We just talked about this a second ago when we were talking about balancing perspectives, navigating different understandings of relationship balance. Two individuals in a relationship can indeed have different interpretations of balance. This divergence is not necessarily detrimental. In fact, it can enrich the relationship by fostering growth and understanding. Why does my partner have to see it the way I see it? Why does she have to see it?
That's a mature person. That's a mature person who doesn't take it like that. But a person who does obsess over it, that can be an issue.
Woo, that's what we're talking about tonight. Stay with us, Bowman, Grand Prairie, Texas. When we come forward, we're going to speak some more to this brother because I like pushing him.
Baby, please take your time. I got you. And I'ma touch all your curves until your body say the words. Don't you move. All I wanna do, girl, is heal